Is there a more useless jungler at the moment than SHYVANA in terms of the core staple meta junglers? I mean, obviously Volibear and Mundo come to mind. They are Astro terrible, but Riot specifically have over-nerfed them, right, to the point that they're just kind of piss useless. Whereas SHYVANA, while she was nerfed a little bit, they also gave her compensation buffs. She just has an inherent kit problem. And obviously, as we full clear here against the Diana, we have Yasuo, Twisted Fate, we got our Jhin bottom lane versus the Jinx and Karma. You're going to see here the red side quadrant, how slow it is, and let's just see what this champion can do, because Diana, I feel like, is the better choice. If you want to pick one of these styles, pick the Diana. We're crossing at, whoa, you could have just queued, but hey, 231 is pretty typical for Platinum. The SHYVANA, though, crossing at 237.5, 238. Super duper slow. Basically, she's locked into a 330 plus full clear at this point. The Ornn's pushing in the Nasus, so you know that there's going to be a gank here. Obviously, laners need to pay attention to where junglers started and things like this, but rotating to this scenario, for example, for a meta-style jungler is okay. Jarvan can rotate to this and clean up. SHYVANA could also, in theory, but you know she's not going to be able to do anything. Her kit doesn't have the gap close, doesn't have the CC. It has the movement speed, but you got to, you know, that's also your damage spell. So you use your W to go and gap close on the Jinx and the Karma, and then what, right? You've got your flash up, but you're just not going to be able to do much. So Diana's already out of her clear, going top lane. SHYVANA can do nothing about this because she's SHYVANA. Ornn is going to get that brittle auto attack flash onto the Nasus, get the kill. Good job, my boy. Diana gets a return kill. SHYVANA's doing the Scuttle Crab, and instead of watching this, she's finishing the crab. Please rotate from this. Rotate from the crab. If you see the fight, you can always fall back to the crab afterwards. And now she should be able to get this. Let's have a look here. We flash. Obviously, we just go for our Q auto attacks. We use our E as well on the back end in case he dashes. Diana leaves her Scuttle Crab to rotate, gets a flash QE, and now has a second proc of the E, and obviously will be able to survive very easily against the Twisted Fate. If you want help implementing this information into your own game, I have a free jungle improvement resource as well as a dedicated program where we have jungle video courses, jungle coaching, coaching VOD libraries, weekly free video content seen nowhere else, as well as Q&As and patch note rundowns, as well as a private jungle Discord. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's converting junglers to gold, to emerald, to diamond, to master plus. If you want to climb faster than anyone you know, jungle diff every game you play, click the link below or head to virkayu.gg. Difference, right? She leaves the Scuttle, goes for the gank, has gap close. SHYVANA is able to do this, but if it was a healthier Yasuo, without the CC and using our W to kind of move into the scenario, we're already down one spell. And you have nothing else to use in those conditions. So you're almost stuck in terms of farming and things like that. It's interesting. In the meantime, Diana can go back to base, can always repeat gank this as well. She is going to. So the SHYVANA should be able to read this and say, look, I'm going to counter gank this. But if you do that, right, you're SHYVANA. What exactly are you going to do? Also, can you even 2v2? No. She's so weak early, but she doesn't really bring as much as she should later on, either, you know? Now, from Diana's perspective here, we could go back to base instead of repeat ganking, but I think because we know we killed the SHYVANA, we know when we press tab she had 28 CS, we know therefore she's going to respawn, come to the Krugs, go to the Raptors, and we have vision here, that we can afford to invest time to now match. Now, of course, she will be down here by the time we finish this, but that will allow us to counter gank it in any way. Krugs counter gank first, depending on the timings, or Krugs Raptors and counter gank from this angle. Works many different ways. And big main channel video coming tomorrow on a Rengar player who likes to specifically do this into this and then cuts into this, because if the enemy jungler path the same direction, they're not topside. And if they path in the same direction and they want to fight or have prio, you can either win the fight and take the dragon, or you can just cut up and now counter jungle their second quadrant, or just go for the herald after the full clear. So you got a lot of different options available to you depending on which jungler you're facing, right? Well, although, of course, if they pathed in the opposite direction to you, you wouldn't be able to counter jungle because they would have already taken their respawns here. So you'd have to play this PvP counter game pretty perfectly. But in the worst case scenario, you've got this. If you've got this, you can repeat gank this. And of course, you can read base afterwards and handle the business later. So the SHYVANA is obviously pathing in the opposite direction. So now we know if we cut in, we'll have a fight. Twisted Fate is 6, though. So blue side, ward and protect. Diana's like, hey, let me cut in. I expect the SHYVANA to be here. Maybe we can do something. Let me trap the Twisted Fate. He presses the R button. We can do nothing about that. No point even going in. And good 4-man gank in the bottom side. Although the SHYVANA's not really a part of this, is she? Assist? No assist. Misses her E even. Now, the big problem about this, and I can see the way she's posturing. Look at this. You saw the Dyna, right? Okay, look. She's going for the dragon because her passive dictates that she needs to take the dragon. What we should be doing is pushing out this bottom lane so that our bottom lane can reset. We then know that in Season 14, we're going to have grubs already respawn on the top side, so that's an objective we can take. Also, Dyna could have just stayed out to take those grubs. But most likely, you know, we want to do this top side quadrant again. We want the Herald. You don't want to be forced into doing the dragon because your bottom lane haven't based yet. Jinx has, right? Well, against her own will, but she still has 2 kills and she's coming back with huge amounts of gold. Now we're doing this. Dyna's trapping with the Yasuo, and you can say, well, this is great decision making from the Dyna. Don't necessarily agree, because what you're looking at is Krug camps that are about to respawn right now, okay? Because if they get taken initially, and they respawn at 420, say you take 10 seconds to take it, you're looking at a 6:45 respawn timer on those Krugs, so you could always counter jungle all of this, go scanning, put some vision, and snack this up, or gank this, like you've got a relaxed time. That's guaranteed. Whereas if your bottom lane are trolling bad or whatever, and their bottom lane just shows up and now you're in a 2v3, Twisted Fate TP's in with, maybe he has TP, maybe he doesn't, in this case he doesn't, obviously, but this is too coin flip for me. Now, it is going to work out in our favor, obviously, because the SHYVANA is greeting for it, and that's an indictment on the SHYVANA. But against a good jungle, this wouldn't be a positional play for you as the Dyna, right? So just keep that in mind. But now the problem is your Jhin has, what? 1,800 gold in pocket. Your Leona hasn't based either. Your Jinx is now in lane already, can shove and get plates. SHYVANA can go to the top side pretty easily here, but the problem is, they're going to be chasing down. I don't know if I would overcommit for this. Let's see. Still a Leona, guys. Zenith Blade misses, but she can still stun you. And it's a turret. Bad play by the Dyna, but the point is the Jinx is now, you know, 600 gold ahead almost. And now we have pings. Why do we have pings? Who's pinging the SHYVANA? We got a dive possibility here, but she goes to the red to the Raptors, doesn't even take the Krugs. Dyna's not going to the bottom side. Why? Dragon is dead. SHYVANA's no bottom side camps. They'll be respawning shortly. You've got all your top side camps that are going to be up. RNG Scuttle on the top side. Herald's about to spawn. And if you look at your Nasus, oh, he could be dived, smashed. You know, I want to be here to counter gank this. Make the read as Diana. This is the wrong read. Against a more meta jungler, she missed the E. Against a more meta jungler, SHYVANA would be eviscerating your top side of the map now. All your camps gone. Top lane are gone. This should be absolutely free. We can just go in and hit our E. So tired. Oh no, it's stuck. The camera's stuck. 1 second. Okay, we fixed the camera. So she ults in here, right? She hits the ult. All it should take necessarily is an E, and he dies. But we missed the E. She then turns for an auto attack. You know, she's using her Q here, but she walks the other direction before she can get the double tap. But any other jungler in the game that misses their ability should still be able to kill the Nasus. However, she has to use her W to get to the scenario, so she doesn't even have her W, and now it's up. And now the Jinx ult is absolutely on point. Beautiful Jinx ult. Double kill. That should be double kill for the Dyna. How useless is this champion? How useless is SHYVANA? I don't understand how it's remotely played at all. Very well done again, Diana Yasuo combo we're all aware of. And now the SHYVANA's going to go and hold mid lane, it looks like, but well, she should go and hold mid lane. Why'd you hold the mid lane? Hold mid lane. SHYVANA, prevent the plates. At least, like, take the wave for yourself. It's free gold, and the Twisted Fate, you know, can TP in knowing the wave is good, and the Yasuo doesn't get free gold. She goes for the Herald. All right, then. Good play by the Diana, though. Don't like that we went here first. Like that we recognized dead, gank, objective, and obviously telegraphed by the SHYVANA. And now we can fall back to the blue side or gank top lane. You know, Nasus wants to go back to base. Okay, he cancels it. The wave pushes in. SHYVANA's not bottom lane here. I mean, let's see what this champion can do. I don't see much. Like, what she's getting, here we go as well. Ult into the E. That's a free one. Good. What she's getting here, Twisted Fate ult in as well, is not because she's SHYVANA. And I think that's the most important thing when you think about a champion. What do they bring that's unique, that's powerful, that they can do that no one else can do? I don't know. Is there even remotely anything? Dyna does a full quadrant, now loops back to the top side here, Gonna repeat gank this top lane yet again. She's ganked bottom lane. She died. She's ganked bottom lane. She's taken the dragon. She's taken the herald. She's ganked mid lane. She's ganked top lane multiple times. She's activating the herald. And SHYVANA's just out of the game already, right? Completely out of the game. Now, they're trying to kill the Ornn. Remember, he is a tough kill, so you've got to do this quickly. We get it perfect. Now back out. Get the plate and get out. Woo! Like, she's got what? 1270 HP, and she has what? 1369? And she has a Kindle Gem? So, the only difference in HP is a Kindle Gem. I mean, this is an overstay by the Diana. This should be free, though. But again, we're forced to flash. You're not really forced to flash, though, with SHYVANA. I mean, it's pretty common to go with, like, an Exhaust or an Ignite or something like this. Mostly Exhaust. Because you don't really need the gap close in the flash. But it's still, I feel, a big downside to the champion that you have to use your W for that movement speed. And obviously, the cooldown when you max it is decent, but it's still... Well, sorry, you don't even get cooldown max, like my brain. I'm imagining things that make her super good. And it doesn't even exist. I think there's a kit problem, basically. You're gated by, obviously, your Fury. It does stack pretty quickly eventually, but you're seeing it in this game. Like, why would you pick this over Diana? Diana's doing everything she does better with gap close and a lot more damage. And she's not even... The tankiness isn't even that much more for the SHYVANA. So now, everyone's rotating to this scenario. Let's see. Look at this again. She has our primed, right? Here we go. We are the Yasuo, which is great. We're activating in the burnout. That's cool. We use our E. That's great. We get the kill. But Jinx is able to chase us down. Dinah's on the backline here, going to be killing the Leona. The SHYVANA does die. The Jinx is chasing down the Twisted Fate. The fact that she went ahead and did that dragon, the SHYVANA, has cost her team this game. Because they just did a 4-man goon squad in the bottom lane, she really wasn't a part of that. She didn't even get an assist. She just showed up, right? Then she forces a dragon that her team isn't ready to do, dies because she has to because of the mark. And I understand the fact that you get bonus stats from killing the dragons. Like, I get that. But why is it even a thing, right? Because what if you don't get dragons due to prior? What if the best play is just not being near that dragon? And I think that really adds up. And yeah, that's my worry about why she's just not good. I don't know, like, I know she can be played in high elo. I know she does a good job. Like, here we go for the Nasus. This is good, right? We red, top lane, Ornn misses everything except the E, and this should be a free kill. Burnout, nice, right? Dyna full sequences, we hit the plant, we see her. Okay, now we're in a rhythm a little bit, right? Now we're in a rhythm. We see the Yasuo mid lane, waiting for the full Fury to come in if we need it. But obviously, if we don't need it, we don't need it. We can just go ahead and auto-attack him. And you can see the auto-attacks from the Q as well. Use your E, get the percentage HP mark removed. Always huge. Since that was nerfed, Diana goes back and gets a kill. We are now knock her back in. She dashes to reposition. Doesn't really matter. Tick, 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 tick. And that should be another auto-attack for a Juicy. However, Jinx and Karma rotate. And here's where I have a problem with it. You know, a Lee Sin, a Kayn, a Hecarim. We're just leaving to go back in. We're leaving to go back in. And she just hasn't... Well, you got 2 plants that you can take, SHYVANA. You got these fruits. Never mind. I don't know. I feel like half the time you have to run away from things because you can't either stick to them, you can't kill them, you can't withstand them. And I will say with this build, it's better to go Trinity Force, Q, Sterak's, Stoneplate, nice E again. You can definitely go in and survive and kill everybody. But it's about getting that lead. I feel like her early game... The lack of mobility, the lack of map scaling, the lack of damage, the lack of tankiness. Where Viego's good at everything in the game. That's why he's that's why, in my opinion, the best jungler to play right now for carrying. Because he does everything well. She is below average to bad at everything. There isn't one thing that you can say, hey, she is class leading. And as I said earlier, every jungler brings something unique, right? That they're strong at, that no one else does. Or at least you match a meta jungler who does it. Like, for example... You've got Vi and Jarvan, right? One can be a little strong, one can be a little weak. It doesn't really matter. They both bring the same kind of thing. A gap close, a lockdown ultimate, a shield, a percentage max HP damage, easy kits. You know, they're analogs of each other. SHYVANA, while she does have analogs and you're farming junglers, and you're all in junglers, she doesn't do anything out of anything I just said the best. At all. And the lack of movement speed and the lack of map scaling, movement speed. The one thing she does have is movement speed. But the lack of CC and the lack of map scaling outside of your ultimate is just a bit bleh, right? Ever since they nerfed that AP nuke mage tech, because that's really what she was, that kept her viable. Now she's back to being this fighter that can go into fights and make things happen, but it's always too little too late, I feel. You just don't have enough early, in my opinion. And we saw that this game. Now, the decisions she made were bad. Here we go. Nasus ulted. She gonna ult? Yeah. She just stood still and died. She literally just stood still and died while they go ahead and kill the Jhin and not push up bottom lane. I don't... What? You know, at least Mundo and Volibear's kits are good, right? They're good kits, they're just over-nerfed by Riot for no particular reason whatsoever, and thus no one plays them, which is just shit and feels terrible. And granted, they're two of my champions, which is why I'm quite annoyed about it, because it's been the whole Season 13, they've been objectively shit. Could you use them in certain cases? Yes, but they're not that great. Where SHYVANA is just, like, it's not about numbers, right? Even if you make her numbers great, she'll become an obnoxious stat checker. We agree on that. But her kit will still have those problems. Whereas you can still use a Mundo top lane, a Volibear top lane, because their kits are fine. They're just not good for jungle at the moment, you know? That's the big thing, I think. Like, if she was strong in another role, you could say, oh, look, the kit has potential. We just need to change a few things for jungle. But she has nothing anywhere. Really funny. They chased down a kill, but they lost an inhib. Next dragon's gonna spawn. Diana obviously resets. Everyone resets for that. Well, resets, dies. Herald is on the map as well. Now, they're starting this up. It doesn't even feel like she does the dragon that quickly. I do this dragon 100% quicker at this stage on Kai'Sa jungle. No question. No question. I do it faster at level 6, I think. And now we're trying to compete with this. Now, there's nowhere to go. We have no Fury. We have no 11. We just get pushed out. Ornn shows up, goes in, but we don't have Fury, so what are we gonna do? Right? Beautiful E from the Ornn. We can go in here. We're chasing the wrong target. We should be... Why aren't we going on the Jinx? Why aren't we going on the Jinx? I mean, it's okay to go for the Yasuo, but he's in front... He's behind, like, 2 other people in front of you. You should go on the Jinx, get your Fury, and then ult everybody in a group. Maybe you can win the fight. But, again, you're just gated by that overall. Diana goes in. Karma's alive. I mean, like, they're able to actually turn the fight. It's a 4v5, granted. Right? Granted, it's a 4v5. Diana's waiting to try and hit that QE onto the... Oh, he should have just walked away. Smite slow with the shield. And we should, in theory, be fine here. Because, like, the Diana's got the shield. She's got the better all-in, the better mobility, the better damage. Just play Diana if you like SHYVANA, honestly. Does everything better. You don't have the movement speed passive, but who really cares when you've got gap close? Because gap close is way more useful for team fights. Now, you will get Fred holding this. This guy takes the Herald, obviously, takes the honey fruit, mega steroided honey fruit, for his own replenishment. Now, SHYVANA's stuck farming a little bit. She does have 8 kills, 5-3, but it doesn't feel like those were anything necessarily well earned. You know, she's still down 1,200 gold to the enemy jungler. Doesn't feel like she did anything specifically dominating. Diana goes in on the... Oh, now she goes to the backline. Now here, right, if you're a Rengar or an assassin, you just kill the Jinx and reposition and try and kill the Diana. She just dove in with the damage build onto a Jinx, did a little bit of damage, but just was melted. Not even tanky for a fighter. It's been the League of Fighters for 3 years. And she's been a mage for most of it. Tells you all you need to know. Big Jinx out damage. Jhin holding. But I think, you know, as much as I would like to draw this one out, I think while the SHYVANA played okay in parts, and Diana made mistakes, Diana definitely was a better jungler. But we're definitely, and without a doubt, gated by our champion. Like, look at this. You're just chasing him with your W, right? And sure, you can really get wound up with your auto attacks, your Q, your Trinity Force, PTA procs, percentage max HP damage, and so on. But you just lack tankiness when you do this, and if you can't get the lead. So I think her underwhelming early costs her too big, and every mistake you make is just so powerful and potent. So, you know, hopefully you learn something about the jungling, obviously, between these two junglers this game. But, as you can see, why play SHYVANA when you can just play Diana? And obviously, pay attention to the jungling fundamentals we talked about, leaving the crabs, rotating. Great job by the Diana. The only big mistake was not doing the Herald. Are they seriously? Yeah, they're basing. Okay. They're basing, and then they're going to have one more fight here. Let's see. So, Jinx gets caught out. Diana's on the red, so this is typical jungling thing, guys. Just go to the Baron and Edge. You don't need to go down to the red. You don't need to take any other camps. Just go here, end the game. They do kill the Yasuo, but they just die. Nasus is huge at this point. Jinx over the wall, beautifully done. Kills that. Diana rotates. Nice R. Misses the Leona. Doesn't really matter. Resets on the Jinx. Jhin is in the bottom lane. Look at the damage, man. Look at the damage. Do they just FF, or do they recognize it? Or does Jhin end? No, sorry, Jin can't end. It might as well end. Guys, can I hit my own turret? Can I just end this game, please? I have to play with a SHYVANA and a Twisted Fate, who are not doing so hot, and obviously my lane was compromised by them. Can I hit my own turret, right? Yeah, man, that would be not good. Like, I'm just thinking to Halo, that would be such a bad feature. But, there you go. Think about those things. Virkayu GG for more specifics, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.